So we are back from TFcon. We were gone for quite a few days, quite the absence, and a lot of news broke while we were gone, but I mean, I think that was to be expected.
Mm-hmm.
But we're back now, a little tired. My my voice is still a little shot.
Face is shaven.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially for me.
yeah. Yelling over people at the bar, a lot of stuff, toys purchased.
Trying not to lose your voice.
I lost it. It's long gone.
Mm.
I'm probably sounding very tired, but it's long gone. Spent the whole day today just unpacking, putting toys that I bought, this and that. A lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah, I was slowly putting stuff away, and I was like, oh, maybe I should take a picture of everything, and I just got very lazy and didn't.
I didn't even want to take a haul photo this year. I was just like,
I want to do it. I didn't take much photos this year, so I was just like, you know what, might as well have a few here and there. I think one of the few photos I had was the comparison of G1 Hunger with Power of the Primes or Battle of the Primes Hunger.
Yeah,
and I thought it was just a very funny picture that I took, and I just posted it up.
Totally has the same head sculpt. We did that like when we were setting up the parts party.
Yeah.
So just wanted to say thank you to everyone who came by and said that they enjoy the podcast. I know a lot of people were wondering why we weren't part of the podcast panels. Number one, I was too busy doing charity auction at the exact same time that I was rolling. And Wendell was also...
Yeah, I was busy. I was helping set up and...
Wendell was doing a whole other thing on the other side.
Separating stuff for the charity auction as well, but also making sure stuff was okay at the dealer section and all that. So a lot of running around even before the con starts, but even like getting ready to make sure that you're being a runner for the charity auction, you got to make sure that you don't tire yourself out too much.
Oh yeah,
it's a good workout.
We were burned out like crazy. I made a note to someone. I was like saying like, man, like between Friday to Saturday, I think I had like 2 hours of sleep. And Saturday to Sunday, I actually knocked out completely. I was just like, yeah, when my head hit the bed, I was out. But I mean, it was awesome. A lot of great cosplay. Got to see a lot of people that I only get to see once a year who do this show. So it was really cool. Shout out to Heather who once again did amazing cosplay of Solus Prime. Probably, without a doubt, probably the hardest working cosplayer in all of Transformers.
I want to give a little shout out to to Tiny Grimlock, the cutest little Grimlock we ever did see at TFcon. That particular kid actually came by Gary Chalk's booth and took a picture with him. And Gary Chalk, did the voice of Grimlock, but even though was he Grimlock at any point? Never. But he knew what it was.
David K technically would have been better.
Yeah, exactly. But the little kid totally knew Gary Chalk totally knew who he was and did the voice anyway. And the parents were like, "Give us a roar," and the little kid gave a roar and everything. I was like, "Oh my god, this is best kid ever." So I thought that was really awesome. That was one of the, I'm pretty sure everybody's highlight when they saw that.
What was really cool too it was one of those things that originally a sour moment that ended up becoming something really cool was during the convention, one of the artists, Nick Roche, had his cash box stolen deep into the Saturday. So clearly there was quite the wad of cash that was probably in there. His table was quite popular that weekend. Mainly due to the fact that I believe up to this point, this was the first time Nick did Toronto. I know he's done our USA shows in the past, but I think this is the first time he's done Toronto. So either way, it was a big deal. He had a big line. And then knee deep into Saturday, someone stole his cash box right from out under his table. And that really, right away, that put a stop to all his activity at his table. He had to go talk to security. It was a whole big deal, so that really sucked. But a credit to everyone at the con, the fans, and, of course, us staff, put together a table to get donations for him. And I believe it was Lay Palmer. I'm trying to remember the names. Please, I'm sorry if I don't remember everyone's name. I know it was Lay, who's one of the one of the cosplayers, and a whole bunch of others. They had their pins.
Oh, I think her name is Melissa, if I remember right.
Melissa's another one of them.
Yeah, she's the one that basically
It's just
had
when I
the
went by
pins
the
and
table, it was
everything.
Lay that was at the table. That's why.
So Melissa's the one that created the pins, if I remember right. And
we apologize if we forgot the names, but again, awesome on you guys that you ran the table. You were giving out pins for donations to Nick's little fund. I mean, people need to realize, like, unlike a lot of the other artists that are in the same continent, same country, same continent, or even same region and city, Nick came all the way from the other side of the ocean, and so it's big ass fly on down, hauling all of those prints and everything. I can't even imagine how long that flight must have been. 12 hours, 13 hours.
Yeah.
Arrive there, set up all that stuff, do all of those autographs and all those sketches, everything, for it all to just wash away Saturday. That's like nerve breaking.
Yeah.
So it was really cool that everyone rallied together, and he pretty much, I think, to my knowledge, he pretty much got all the money back that he lost just from donations. So really, really cool. I know myself, I went by and got a few things because I felt like I had no real intention of picking up anything, but after that happened, I felt really bad, so I went and got a few things also.
Yeah, I got a few pins as well. I also, like, Melissa even gave me one, and I took she started making some new wooden ones and some burn-in ones.
Wood-burned ones, yeah.
Yeah, and I got one that's the Maximal logo, and it says "That's Just Prime" on it. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I bought some stuff from Nick just to like 3 prints just to really just get the ball rolling for him all over again.
Mm-hmm.
But I was talking to other people, and it seems that it was a common issue that was happening in Toronto with various other conventions, Anime North and Con Bravo and stuff. There's been issues where there's been a string of theft and everything. So it was a warning for future shows coming up. To keep an eye out for that, which, I mean, rightfully so. I'll tell you this, after that, I was in charge of James Roberts. James does very well, and needless to say, very well equals to wads of cash that need to be protected. And I mean, as someone who's been running conventions for years, whether it be as an organizer or a dealer, you got to kind of keep that stuff safe.
Yeah.
And so I always had my own little system that whenever you have 20s, you keep that completely separate and far away from people, and you keep your 5s and 10s close by for change. Yeah, for change. And so whenever anyone who came by the table, whenever you gave me a 20, it right away went into like a special purse, into a special place behind me, nice and safe, far away as possible.
You don't have to give people that much detail.
Yeah,
but
but either way, point is that I knew right after that happened, I was like, okay, from now on, this stuff is staying close to me at all times. After that broke, that news, that's why I bring it up, because at first I was just kind of being loose with it, but then I was like, you know what, this is staying close to the breast now at all times.
Yeah, same here. I was working with David K, and then sometimes Gary Chalk, and I was just always making sure, where is it? Is it on me? Okay, here it is. Just to keep a better eye on it than before. Because you never want that hard-earned work to just disappear, because of some people or persons just being jerks about it,
Well, I mean, aside from that, a lot of really cool other guests there. Everyone had a great time. Awesome panels. Sadly, I didn't get to see them all due to my obligations to being James's little road agent there.
Same here. But I still had a lot of fun, even I was at David K's booth. He was giving out, he was selling his Megatron yes button, and it has like various other phrases in it as well. And I actually helped him film a little promo video for it. So I was just trying my best to make sure I got him in the photo, got him signing it. Ultra Primal made a guest appearance in it. And a few other people made a guest appearance in it as well. So that was pretty fun.
Julian Pulse Dragon, one of our buddies, had a quick photo bomb in it. He doesn't like to ever get recorded, so that was funny to see. He actually his Facebook has like one photo of him that
And
someone tagged him in, just to give you an idea of how much that guy hates being on screen. So pretty funny stuff.
it was pretty cool because he gave everyone a little bit of time and stuff, and everyone was very chill. No one was like, oh, it's taking too long, But his he had a consistent line. It was always moving. I was always looking at the line. I always had to come out and be like, all right, guys, there's a little standy thing down here. Can you please follow the line? Yeah, and thank you. And I just come back to where I was sitting. We also had somebody that came in from Taiwan. They were there last year, and she came back, I guess, with her father this year. And she gave a cake, gave her like a little bit of extra talk and time and stuff like that. And so that was pretty cool too. I think there was another guy there named Devin. Oh, I forgot his name. He always shows up for the script reading. So the times I did the script reading, he did the script reading. And I think the one time I was there as animated Jazz, he was the animated Sentinel Prime. And so he came back again, and I talked with him a bit. He's still working and still doing stuff, and asked David for some advice and stuff like that. And it was pretty cool. It was always fun to hear people they're doing good, but they want to go to that next level, and just people willing to give that extra bit of information on how to get there and what you would expect when you get there.
The last thing I want to just bring up before we close up this little thing, I want to give a thanks to everyone who helped with the TFcon comic book this year. It was a success. It sold out rather quickly. The Sunday, everything was gone more or less. So if you want a copy, I just have 3 of my own personal ones, so for archive reasons. So I don't know if I want to part with those. But essentially, that's it for them. They're sold out. But I want to thank the sponsors for it: Captured Prey, TFYLP, Mega Toy Fan Brett, and Cybercast, the guys who were the sponsors for the comic. Thank you so much. It helped and went a long way to help all the costs to make it happen, now that it's not something that's done directly through TFcon registration, and it's an independent thing. And everyone who went to Perez's table to pick it up, which is where the base of operations was if you wanted to get the comic. So that was pretty cool. Thanks to Perez, too, for being the platform in which it could be distributed. Otherwise, yeah, awesome stuff. Thank you again, everyone who came. Of course, we're going to have this whole conversation again when we're getting closer to TFcon Chicago, which we will be there, if people are wondering. But it's just a matter of time. So thanks again, everybody. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little hoarse, but
I also want to give a shout out to everyone that came to the table, everyone that I said hi to, that said hi back. People that we remember each other, but we don't really remember each other by name, but we know each other's face. It was a blast. It was definitely a blast. And I was just super happy to see a lot of familiar faces, and people I only get to see once a year most of the time, to have a really good conversation, or bust each other's balls, or chill at the bar, and et cetera, et cetera. So to next year, guys. To next year.
Yep. Well, or in this case, until Chicago in a couple of months and some change. But we'll see you then.